You're so selfish. You don't care about anybody else. You do everything for yourself. Why don't you care about other people? Now, you might have heard that come out of your own mouth. Other people might have said it to you. You might have just heard it on social media as a statement of how the world is at the moment. But here's a great question. How can you love, care about, look after other people if you don't look after yourself first? And is that the definition of selfish? I'm not sure. I'm sure if you go to the dictionary, there's lots of different definitions. But if you put yourself first above other people, it's probably a negative statement. She thinks she's so important, she does everything for herself and nothing for other people. Do those two things have to be separate? If you look after yourself, does that mean that you won't look after other people? Or if you look after yourself, are you more likely to be able to look after people? And I'm sure you've heard this analogy many, many, many times before, but if you've travelled on a plane, they always say, every single flight, in the case of an emergency, when the oxygen mask comes out of the roof or the ceiling, breathe first yourself. Don't help other people breathe, because if you can't breathe, you can't help your mum, you can't help your kids, you can't help the other people on the plane. You have to be breathing first. So if you're unhealthy, if you're unfit, if you are sick, if you're diseased, if you're depressed, if you just don't feel good about yourself, how can you possibly go and help other people? Now, I'm not a parent, so I'm very careful of that because a lot of mothers share with me, it doesn't matter what's going on in my life, I do everything for my kids. So even if I'm sick or I'm tired or diseased or depressed or angry or my life is terrible, I still do everything to look after my children. So, and I'm sure that that's true. But here's my question. If you were fit and if you were healthy and if you were mentally tough and if you were looking after yourself, would it be easier to look after your kids, to look after your family, to do your job well, to be financially free? All the things I talk about every day, and I'll rephrase that. If you are healthy, fit and strong, and if you have chosen a career or business that you love, you're not just doing something to please other people, if you are financially free, and some people think that that's very selfish because rich people are criticised all the time, and if you choose to only have great people in your life rather than have all the horrible people in your life and try and change them, if you choose those things, is it possible that you will be happier, but you will be living and breathing the example, living the example for other people? I'll say that again. If you want your kids to be healthy, fit and strong, surely it's not about telling them what to do. It's about you being healthy, fit and strong yourself. If you want your children to have a career or business that they love and not get stuck in some lousy, stinking, rotten job, wouldn't it be important for them to see that their family, their parents, the adults that they look up to and respect aren't stuck in a lousy, stinking, rotten job? If you don't want your children or the people you love to be broke or financially struggling, how would they know that's possible if they can't look into your life and see that you've got your finances sorted and you are financially free, financially secure or wealthy? And if people think they've got to have horrible people in their life, they've got to accept all the nasty, negative, gossiping people, be forgiving of all of that stuff and put it into your life. If we're living our lives like that, won't our kids think that that's normal? But the people that we love, won't they think that that's normal? So I take that as a big responsibility, number one, because I don't have any children, so I can't talk about being a parent. But I have been involved with a lot of children. I have a lot of people in my life, and I have a lot of people who whinge, moan and complain to me that they don't want to be selfish and they're going to, well, I'll rephrase, I don't have any time to exercise because I'm looking after my family. I don't have any time to eat healthy food because I'm looking after everybody else. I look after everybody else and nobody cares about me. Well, here's a great question again. If you look after yourself and you care about yourself, does it matter if nobody else cares about you? Because if you've got strong self-esteem, self-confidence, self-respect, you're self-educated, self-inspired, self-motivated, is it possible that the other people that come into your life, they would just add value, not be your life? I'll rephrase again. Is it possible that if you're relying on other people to make you happy, to provide you with the lifestyle, to make you feel good about yourself, that in itself could be selfish? Because if you're capable of doing those things yourself, but you expect them of other people, I won't even say that's selfish. Couldn't that just be rude and disrespectful? Now, one of the reasons I love puppy dogs, and I'm out here again today with my dogs, they're just enjoying the sunshine, the fresh air, the snow on the mountain, is one of the things about dogs that I really appreciate is they're very selfish. They eat when they're hungry, or they eat that When their food's in front of them, they don't check to see if everybody else is getting their food. They eat their food. When they're thirsty, they have a drink. They sleep when they're tired. They give cuddles. Now, people talk about unconditional love from dogs, and that's one of the things that makes me very sad and why I have rescue puppy dogs. Because a lot of puppy dogs get treated badly by other people, by humans, and they still love them, which is a beautiful unconditional, could be the terminology for unconditional love. But if somebody's treating you really badly and abusing you, hurting you, treating you disrespectfully, and you accept that, surely that's disrespectful of yourself. It's not being selfish. Oh, I need to look after me first. You have to look after you first, because if you're getting beaten up physically or mentally, if your self-esteem and self-confidence is low, how can you possibly help other people? How can you be a living, breathing example for your children? So rather than take the word selfish as a negative word, could we turn it into something really positive? I have to be selfish. I have to be selfish with my time. I've only got 24 hours. So I have to look after me first, because if I don't look after me, I can't look after other people. Wouldn't it be much easier to be a great parent, teacher, coach, boss, leader if you are healthy, fit and strong, if you are living the example of a career or business that you love, if you are living the example of being financially free, and if you are only accepting great people into your life? Could that be very selfish? But I'll rephrase, could that be very selfless? Because you're looking after you, which means you're living the example for the people that you care about, so they can see that it's actually possible. So none of my business how you live. I just wish for everybody to be healthy, fit and strong, have a career or business that you love, be financially free and have great people in your life. And if that makes me selfish, then I'm bloody selfish. Live your life to the max and appreciate every single minute of every single day. Check it out, it's beautiful. Check out my snowy mountains, they're beautiful. Woohoo!